here with another episode of Badass Movie Time. I hope you guys are enjoying these. I really enjoy filming them. Um, doing a couple episodes here that are just straight horror movies. Just getting, I'm showing you 10 movies for the next couple episodes, for the next few episodes. We'll just grab a pile right now. We'll just go do it. Oh, these are fun movies. I got a fun pile here. All of these are fun movies, but anyways, we're gonna start. So I'm wearing Nosferatu. I'm a Murnau fan. I like German cinema, especially from the 20s and the 30s. Probably one of the most beautiful movies from the silent movie era. I really like Metropolis, but my favorite is probably Faust. I love Faust. There's characters named Faust in my stories that I've written. I encourage you guys to check this little silent film out. Nosferatu's great, but Faust is possibly my favorite. It's just such a fucking beautiful movie, and you can tell they put a lot of work and time and effort into this film. It's great stuff. I believe this came out in the 20s. Oh no, it came out in 1996. 1926 was when Faust was made. It's a beautiful film. I haven't watched it for a while. Might watch that tonight because I really love Faust, and it's been a while since I've viewed it. I did zombie movies already. This isn't with the rest of my zombie movies. I'm not a big fan of this movie, but it's interesting. And it reminds me of a story that I wrote a long time ago. Before I saw this, it's very similar. Unfortunately, when you write stories nowadays, there's so many movies out there. A lot of times you'll see a movie and go, oh, I have to change stuff. Because you don't want to bite somebody else's shit. But I have a movie called Flesh Eating Mothers. Great indie flick from the late 80s. It's good stuff, man. It's basically these moms turn into... all these moms are having sex with this guy who has a disease, and they turn into cannibals. Because they're all cheating moms. But it's a pretty funny movie. I've talked about Adam Green. I talked about Hatchet. I really like Adam Green. He did this really cool, he took found footage movies and turned it on its head. He combined documentaries, actual documentary stuff that is real, along with something that's not real, and he did a really good job with it. Digging Up Tomorrow. I've watched this movie a lot. Ray Wise, geez, the dude from Twin Peaks is the main character in this movie, along with Adam Green. Adam Green stars in this movie, and they did a really good job. Basically, they're looking for real monsters out in the wilderness. There's a Blair Witch style. There's a feel to it, but like I said, they totally did something new, and I feel like this movie is very underrated. It's so good. Check it out. Another great indie film is a little ditty called Saw. And I thought this was appropriate to talk about because I stopped watching Saw. I bought Saw 3. I liked Saw 2 okay, but I saw Saw 3 when I was over in the Middle East. And just the end of that movie is just so crazy, man. And I was just like, okay, these are getting really ridiculous, and they're going to keep doing this forever, probably. Which they are. Saw 8 just came out. I ended up seeing Saw 4. After I had written Saw off, I saw Saw 4 at a girl's house, and it was just fucking retarded. But the first Saw blew me away, man. This is a good movie. The original Saw is good. You can watch the original Saw and you can move on with your life. You don't have to watch all 8 of them. I have a lot of friends who, we were horror buffs. I'm interested to watch the whole series one day, but I'm not really. I mean, it wasn't something I would wait for every year. They would release one of these every year. I do like movie series, and I do like how silly they can get. Friday the 13th is one of my favorite film series, and there's so many fucking Friday the 13th out there. They're doing that with Saw nowadays. Saw is our Friday the 13th, unfortunately. I saw this movie. Alex Murphy actually sent this to me, and I thought that was a really cool gift. Ryan Nicholson's Gutterballs. I saw this movie when it first came out, and it's about a bunch of people it's a slasher movie inside of a bowling alley. And I think this came out around 2008, 2009. Ryan Nicholson's a really nice guy. I talked to him on Facebook once or twice. No big deal. I'm kind of a big deal. His follow-up to Gutterballs was a movie called Hanger. I did not like Hanger, unfortunately, but I do like Gutterballs. It's a bit graphic. It's a bit much. But that's kind of the charm of Ryan Nicholson, I'd say. He kind of took it too far, which you know, you're doing a horror movie, I was horrified while I was watching Gutterballs. Uh, the only problem with Gutterballs is I don't like anyone in this movie, and that's always a problem when you're watching a film. That's kind of why I don't like The Devil's Rejects, and it's kind of why I have a hard time with Rob Zombie. Because if you make a film with a bunch of people I fucking hate, it's hard for me to be, you know, give a shit. But there's so many crazy things that happen in this movie that it's forgiven, you know? Another dark individual, Jimmy Screamer Claus. He signed it for me, and he put a little heart on there. This is Reality Bleed Through. This is all of his shorts. I first heard of Jimmy Screamer Claus through Horror Yearbook. My buddy Will showed a trailer for some. Actually, I think Brainhammer might have posted this, but he showed a movie called Dog Shit, and I don't know if Dog Shit ever got finished. But man, Jimmy Screamer Claus is such a cool guy. He's a musician first and foremost, but he that's crazy. That's so cool. Like, I love this. Very independent, very cool. I'm glad I own this, because I don't think a lot of people own this. I don't know if you can even get this, but you can look up Jimmy Screamer Claus and you can check out his albums and stuff. Another very fucking dark movie. I don't even think I've ever been able to sit all the way through this, but there's a little ditty called Who Can Kill a Child? I believe it's movie Spanish. These two people go on vacation to an island, and there's a bunch of murdering children on the island, and they start fucking fighting the kids. There's a guy holding a shotgun looking at a bunch of kids. The kids are the bad guys in this movie. Dark shit. Alright, Red Letter Media is a very popular film YouTube. I love watching. Best of the Worst is my favorite, Red Letter Media. And of course, everybody's seen the Star Wars reviews with Plinkett. And they did a movie called Feeding Frenzy. And this is like their take on critters and gremlins and little puppets, you know. This is a fun movie. And I really like the Army of Darkness style cover. And I like these guys. I think they have good taste in film. Which one do I start with? We'll go Horror of the Blood Monsters. The next two movies I purely bought for the covers. This is a horrible movie, but that is a beautiful cover, man. I would frame that and put that up on the bathroom wall. John Carradine is in this, and he's drunk the whole movie. And that's a lot of fun to me. John Carradine played Dracula in House of Dracula. We'll throw that at you. Finally, I bought a movie called Frogs, purely for the cover. I love that cover. Look at this distraught old woman getting ready to get munched on by alligators. This is about killer frogs. I've only watched this maybe twice. Don't ever need to see it again. My buddy Paul recommended this film to me, and we would always laugh about it. So I finally saw it for $5 at Walmart and had to buy it when I was in high school. So, all right, kids, y'all be good now. I'll be back next week. I love y'all. Make good decisions. I love you. Bye.